class, remember yesterday when we read Knuffle Bunny free? Can anyone tell me the name of the main character? Trixie? That's right. So can anyone else tell me, where did Trixie go on her trip? Holland? Yes, Trixie went to Holland. And who did she visit? Oma and Opa? That's right. So can anyone tell me, how did Trixie get all her stuff to Holland? Because it's so far away. So hopefully the class will say, in a suitcase. So today, class, we're gonna learn the steps it takes to pack a suitcase. So can anyone tell me maybe some places that you would like to visit? So, class, we're going to discuss some places we either want to visit or places that we have been to. We're also going to divide them into hot and warm places. Can anyone tell me why you think we have to divide them into hot and warm places if we're packing a suitcase? Yes, because we might take different things to, say, Florida where it's warm, or maybe in the summer to Australia where it's hot, where it's cold, in the winter, sorry. So, can some people tell me places that they want to go? Let's say Florida. And what did you say? The park? Okay, we could say the park. California. Maybe Colorado. Canada. Japan. Okay, so now we have our places that we're going to visit. Next, we want to decide if we are going to a hot or a cold place. Can anyone else come up with some words that also mean hot? Warm, steamy, tepid. What about cold? Maybe frigid, icy, freezing. What great words, class! So now that we know if we're going to a hot or cold place, let's come up with some things that we might need to take to a cold place. What might we need? Maybe mittens? Maybe a hat? A scarf? Maybe some long johns. Does anyone know what long johns are? If you've been skiing, you might know what they are. We wear them under our clothes. What are some other things? Maybe a jacket. That's great, class. So, what are some things we might need to take to a hot place? Maybe a bathing suit. Maybe, what might we need if we're gonna go swimming? Goggles. Maybe some sunglasses. Maybe, what are we gonna wear on our feet if it's warm or we're on the beach? Maybe some flip-flops. Okay, class, this looks like it's becoming a great list. So, if we go to a hot place, what are some things that we might do in a hot place? We might, so activities. We might go swimming. We could go sailing. What is that? Surfing. And then, what are some things we might do in a cold place? We might go skiing. Snowboarding. Oops. What's that? We might drink some hot chocolate. That sounds like fun. Okay, class, I think we have a pretty good list here to start our exercise. So, now that we've talked about what we might need to go on our trip, let's write down the steps that it would take to actually pack for our trip. So, how to pack for a trip. This is what we call a procedural writing exercise. So, what's the first thing we have to decide? First, we need to decide where we're going. So, I'm going to say I'm going to go to Florida. And class, is it hot or cold in Florida? It's hot. I want to go to Florida where it's hot. Now I'm going to draw a sun for hot. Next, what do we need to take our stuff to Florida? I probably need a suitcase. Well, I will get my suitcase so I can pack for my trip. Then, what do we think we need to do? We need to fill the suitcase. So, what am I going to bring on my trip? I want to pack a bathing suit, I want to pack flip-flops and sunglasses. So, I'm going to pack some flip-flops and maybe some sunglasses. Last class, what do we have to do once we're packed? We have to get to the airport. So, how do we think we're going to do that? How does one get to the airport? Maybe a taxi, maybe a train. I think I'm going to take a taxi. I will take a taxi to the airport. Okay, class, that was great. Now that we have all the things we need, we are going to go back to our seats and plan our own packing experience.